We're in search of a song, and today that search has led us to Cullman, Alabama, and Mr. Ronnie Knight. Thanks for joining us, Ronnie.
Yes, sir.
When did you, everybody's kind of interested in music, when did you realize you may be into it a little more than most people?
Well, I'm not sure I ever really realized it, but my mother and father both loved to sing. And I remember as a boy in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, there was a man who was a relative of ours by marriage. His name was Mr. Emmert, I believe. He had a reel-to-reel tape machine, and I remember him recording my parents singing. So I kind of grew up with a love of music. There was never really a day when I realized that it was there from the beginning.
And how did you learn to play an instrument?
I had a teacher in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for just a little while. That ended rather abruptly though when he decided that he would, during a lesson, he would take a pistol and literally was aiming it at me, just sighting down the barrel. And when my mother heard that, that was the end of my guitar lessons. So I'm pretty well self-taught.
Did that make you learn faster?
I don't recall that being an accelerant.
So, you know, there's so many great songs out there to play. What made you decide to write a song to start with?
I was at, of course, as a youngster, I tried to write some songs when I was 12 or 13. But the thing that really triggered it for me, a friend at Vanderbilt University when I was going to school in Nashville, a lady in the medical center library where I was a graduate student there, and graduate students will do anything that whatever they have to do to eat in the summertime because you don't have a stipend in the summer months. So I was working at the medical center library, and this lady named Gail Grantham was hotly in pursuit of me going to see a man named David Olney. And finally I thought, okay, I'll go just so, you know, this will be done with this conversation. And I went to hear Dave play at Springwater Cafe, which is right near the Parthenon. Matter of fact, one of the Smokey and the Bandits movie had a scene that was filmed in that little cafe, or just outside of it. So I went over there, and I heard David Olney sing a song called 30 Coins of Gold, which was a psychological portrait of the man who posed as Judas in Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper. And I had to go outside. It was so powerful and visceral. And of course, as soon as I caught my breath, I went right back in. When I heard David Olney, his songs for the first time, that really triggered the thought in my mind of what a song could do. That's where the really serious.
You said, I'd like to give this a shot.
Do what?
You said, give that a shot.
Well, I just got interested in it, you know. So I wrote a first song after that called Gypsy Ways, which has got a hook line, I just can't give up my gypsy ways, which is somewhat autobiographical because I had moved around a lot as a youngster, several places in the Southeast. So,
what song are you going to play for us today?
well, I thought I'd play you this song I wrote that's based on a book that James Agee wrote. James Agee was a Tennessee author who wrote a book titled "Let Us Now Praise Famous Men," the title of which came out of the book of Ecclesiasticus in the apocryphal books. And he wrote it about three sharecroppers. He wrote that book about three sharecroppers families that he went with a photographer to Hale County, Alabama, and found some families that they were able to spend some time with. And he wrote an article for Fortune that the magazine rejected because they just wanted some type of human interest story. Well, what Agee wrote and what he subsequently wrote in the book was it was a manifesto against poverty, and he was trying to expose what poverty does to the human spirit. And so that's what I'm going to play for you.
Excellent.
Yeah. This is called Across These Miles. Tight and faded road signs, tires humming on the white lines, can't find a satisfied mind. Across these miles, the heat rising the distance, one silent burning witness to the crimes of my existence. As a con man and a spy on the seat in easy reach, a pint of gin in Chesterfields, keep my hands steady driving through these red clay hills, a dream in wordless reveries. My daddy rides with me, but he died 20 years ago on that road in Tennessee. At a roadside cafe, it come my time to pay. The waitress smiles and says, "Is everything okay?" She don't know, her eyes betray the things she can't say. I can't take another day. Tell me how to get away. And as I roll out on the highway, headed west into the wind, I see those sad and hungry eyes in my mind time and again. The southern sunlight burns the land, a twisted white nightmare, where cotton's king, 9 million souls are stranded in despair. On distant horizon, thunderheads, they're bringing rain. Pray to God He'll ease these souls and wash away the pain. Tight and faded road signs, tires humming on the white lines, can't satisfy my mind across these miles. Can't satisfy my mind across these miles.
Here, here. All right. Thanks for being with us, Ronnie.
Glad to do it.